1928. They said, here are the plans for your skyscraper. And exactly 1 year later, they delivered the first 6 floors of this building on January 1st, 1929. Now, inside this space was Sears department store. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But I've got a lot of smart people with me tonight. There's approximately 50 smart people here. There's 51 including me, so you can guess which one is the oddball out. Now, look around. There is something not logical for this to be a major department store. Picture New York, picture London, picture Paris. What is not logical, Karen? All the pillars. Okay, very good. I would not want all of these pillars, but these pillars are permanent. That was how the building was built. And guess what? Karen says, I wouldn't want these pillars. The new developers don't want these pillars either, but they have to keep them. So these pillars are permanent and required. There's something else not logical about this to be a major department store. Look around you. What is not logical? Wind meter? The echoes? Okay. The windows. Look how small these windows are. And if my friends with iPads will get their iPads ready, these windows don't seem right. But if you look at the white stucco, that was the size of the original windows. Look behind me how big that white stucco area is. So as we turn our attention to the photos here, here is what Sears Roebuck looks like when it opens in 1929. Sears Roebuck is right here that you can see, and then I want to zoom in, and you can see the big glass window behind me. That would have been a fantastic display window as buses are coming down the street, just like what you had a moment ago. Now, when I read that this was the first location of Sears Roebuck, I was like, ugh, Sears. Because my generation, Sears, is where you went to get your family photos made at Christmas time. It smelled a little funny, and your mother may be like, you're gonna smile or I'll make you smile, you know, and it's not a lot of fun as a kid at Sears, and so I went, ugh, Sears. Now, raise your hand if you have seen Phantom of the Opera. Who's seen Phantom? What is the beginning of Phantom? An old, dusty, what? Chandelier on the ground, and you hear, dun, 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 and it shakes off, and it's glorious, and it raises up, and it's sparkling, and you say, my gosh, I thought it was just dusty, but look how magical it is. That is Sears Roebuck. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1886, there was a young man named Richard Sears, and he worked as a rail agent in Minnesota. Is anyone here from Minnesota tonight? Okay. In Minnesota, good Texans and other places. All right, listen. Minnesota, he receives a box of watches, and as a rail agent, his job was to collect postage on whatever had been shipped by the railroad. So he goes to a jeweler and he says, I've got your box of watches here. And the jeweler said, I haven't finished selling my last shipment of watches. I'm refusing that shipment. And Richard said, well, that's not really an option. You ordered it and you have to take it. And the jeweler will not accept it. So Richard contacts the watch company, and the watch company said, oh, do not ship those back to us. We are already paying for it to ship one way. We don't want them back. And Richard says, what am I supposed to do with a box of watches? Wait, can I keep them? And Sears, the watch company says, yes, you can keep them. Richard Sears writes letters to all of his friends who are also rail agents, and he says, can I interest you in a nice watch? He sells every single watch. And in 1886, he says, oh, people will buy things without actually seeing them or touching them. Huh. So he orders more watches, and he orders more watches, and he sells them, and he sells them, and he sells them. In 1887, he moves to Chicago to expand his company. He's selling so many watches, he has to hire a young guy to come in and to adjust the watches and to set the time before they ship out, and that young man's name is Roebuck. and Roebuck is adjusting the watches, Sears is shipping the watches. Oh my gosh, they sell the business in 1890. 1890 for $100,000. They sell their business in 1890. And immediately Richard Sears says, you know what, I messed up. That was a good thing going, we should do that again. And they start a new company called Sears Roebuck. And they say, let's see if we can sell people things without them seeing them. Sears Roebuck expands its selection in 1894 to include all kinds of things that you can buy. You know you can buy even houses from Sears Roebuck. And people are ordering away. In a pony, you could get a pony from Sears. All right, I did not hear that. I did not know that before. Listen, Sears, the catalogs are fantastic. Sears winds up opening their first store in 1925 in Chicago. Listen to that, 1925 Chicago. They said, where else could we open a store? What about the New York City of the South? And they open here 4 years later. I just told you this portion of the building is completed on January 1st, 1929, and Sears starts saying, how can we prepare this area for guests to be welcome? They hire 225 employees to work here at Sears, so that when you walk through the door, they say, welcome to Sears, welcome to Sears, welcome to Sears. Are you looking for anything in particular? Welcome to Sears. In fact, some of those employees, they dress in nurses' uniforms. They are positioned on the second floor where women's clothing is and baby clothing. And a mom is picking out an outfit for a child, and the nurse says, are you thinking of that for your loved one? Oh, he would do great in that, and it has the perfect health properties to keep him safe. That's excellent, an excellent recommendation. If a nurse recommends it, it must be good. 225 employees, and you can picture how big a rail car is on a train. They had 75 boxcars of merchandise brought here by train to what becomes Sears Roebuck's location. And when they open, they have 35,000 items on display for you to purchase inside Sears. Y'all, this is the Amazon.com of the 1880s. And Richard, it's the most phenomenal thing. Like, I fell in love. I don't have a tattoo, Mom, but I thought about Sears Roebuck one day, maybe, because I'm impressed. On March the 7th, 1929, these doors open, and people walk into this place and they say, this is the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. I can see my future here. Look at that hat. Look at those gloves. Look at that tie. Look at those watches. And they say, oh, I see it all in my future. And they look at the price tag and they say, never mind. And Sears says, no, listen. We have installment plans. You can buy today what you can only afford tomorrow. Step on up, folks. Here's your future. So when they walk through the doors, there's a jewelry counter right here with diamonds and watches and necklaces on it. To the left, there's a hat display in the window. To the right, there's children's clothing. There's scarves behind the jewelry counter. There's a soda fountain at the back of the room. People are amazed when they walk through the doors. Someone else had a different reaction when they walked through the doors. The date was November 17th, 1934. This guy comes in, he doesn't actually walk, he runs in, and he comes up to the jewelry counter and he looks distressed or panicked or deranged, and he makes eye contact with the woman behind the counter. And what do you think is about to happen? Robbery. Well, for me to tell you about this, I've got to back up. This man had a best friend. His friend had been dating a woman, and he says, I love you so much. This friend tells the woman, I love you so much. Will you marry me? And the woman says, no. He keeps dating her, and he says, will you marry me? And the woman says, no. They keep dating. Can you believe they kept dating? Anyway, they keep dating. And he says, will you marry me? And the woman says, yes. And he said, if you're going to agree to this, before you change your mind, we're getting married. They are engaged on a Friday. They set their marriage for Saturday. And leading up to the wedding, in the hours leading up to the wedding, they realize, my gosh, we have a problem. There are no wedding rings. And so the groom turns to his attendant and says, go get me some rings. And he runs down North St. Mary's the jewelry clerk asks him what question? What size? And like an excellent gentleman that he is, he goes, oh, yeah, didn't think about that. He buys 12 wedding rings, puts them in his pocket, runs down the street. The bride holds up her finger, maybe you know, and they try on the rings, and the one that fits is $2.86. Becomes her lifelong wedding ring, and that is the story of Lady Bird Johnson's wedding ring. Purchased here at the jewelry counter of Sears Roebuck, right where you're standing. Isn't that amazing? Walk with me over here.
Mine costs more than that. Mine costs a few dollars more than that.
If you're shopping at Sears, here's an ad from 1933. They say, come on into Sears, we'll make you a deal. Listen, are you interested in a 27-inch baby doll? Normally it is $298, but this weekend it's only $198, roughly the price of a wedding ring. Anyway, come on into Sears and we'll sell you a good baby doll. Do you need a tough, fast print? It's only 10 cents per yard if you need that fabric. And wool sweaters for little boys, normally 98 cents, but this weekend only, it's 68 cents for you to come enjoy one of these special deals. So folks came in for many reasons. I want to call your attention to elevators. There were 3 elevators here exclusively for use by Sears Roebuck clientele. There was also a grand staircase right there where you see that corridor. You'll notice a diagonal line going up it. That was a grand staircase up to the 2nd floor, and underneath a grand staircase going down to the basement portion of the building where you could go shopping. Before we move, I want to show you 2 photos. Here in World War II, this becomes a place for you to register for the draft or for select service. So look behind this man here, all of those columns, exactly like what you are seeing today. It happens inside this room here. And the other thing I wanted to show you is regarding, look at the mezzanine that was added in this big space. I've asked, where did the mezzanine come from? Who put it up? Someone has told me Sears put it up, but I don't think that's true. I can't imagine Sears wanting low ceilings. Another story I've been told is it goes back to when this was a TV station. In 1950, KEYL starts broadcasting from here at this, at what at the time was called the Transit Tower, right? And eventually KEYL is purchased by another media company and changes its name to KENS 5. Now, what does KENS stand for? The K comes from KEYL, ENS, KENS, ENS, Express News Station. San Antonio Express News purchased the TV station, so KENS is K Express News Station. That's where we get KENS 5 from today. So, an interesting place. All right, we are going to go into the lobby again.